Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you
Yep,
know.
yep.
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Good afternoon and welcome to August 16th. Here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate, where your cash credit is not that big of a deal. It's irrelevant in actuality. Low risk, high reward opportunity. So you can join us live to get your questions answered and get pushed to the front of the line. So you can ask multiple questions or your own personal seminar for free. So text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. Text the word Gator to the number. You want to go over our times. Let me see. Here it is. We're on at we're on Monday through Wednesday, 3:45 p.m. or so. On Thursdays around 8:05 p.m. Even though it says 7. Subscribe, like, share, follow. Got 10 people watching. We should have 10 subs, unless you're already 10 shares and likes, and follow, please, on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Some of you all need virtual assistance for any type of task. Cold calling, text messaging may need for you to do some data and some grunt work for you. So if you're interested in virtual assistance, I don't know if they do all that. Let me back up. I just know they do cold calling. All right, let me back up. Text the word scale to the number. Text the word scale to the number to set up a consultation. And please keep the appointment. Here, if you're trying to determine where you should start, what areas you should start, this tool here would do that. What is it saying? Which one is it? The black one?
Yeah.
Is it? It don't say mute, do it?
Yeah.
It does. Okay. All right. Welcome, Instagram. How are you? Fine, thank you. So text MLS to the number. Also, it's an opportunity to start to virtual wholesale to virtual wholesaler pretty much nationwide, and we would love to partner with you on those opportunities. So text MLS to the number 205-964-5243. MLS to the number. This is very important. My videos, I have a lot of them, but so it could be a little confusing because they're not in any certain order. So we took the liberty of trying to put some of the most important ones to get you started to build a real foundation. So text VIP to the number to get to access that list of videos. Text the letters VIP, all one word, no spaces. What else we got in here? You want to set up your LLC, establish some business credit, take advantage of more than 250 tax deductions. Text the letters BIZ to the number, BIZ to the number. All right. You want to partner on houses, text 5050 to the number, 5050 to the number, and follow the instructions in that particular video. And on self-storage and multifamily, text units to the number. Text the word units to the number for that explanation. Oh, man, I forgot to send it. All right. So what we got?
We have one question on TikTok. They said, what state you're in?
We're in the state of Alabama, in the city of Birmingham, Alabama. Google it.
All right. Also on TikTok, been trying to. This person said, been
Home of
trying
the
to.
world games.
Yes. The beginning. Not the
Did you see that we like didn't make any profit or whatever? They thought we would make 14 million more than what we made.
Normally they lose money on those things.
Yeah, they had an article about it on AL.
Normally they lose money on those events. It's not for that. It's like you get the infrastructure built for it, and it's supposed to benefit over time. That's normally when you bring the Olympics and stuff, you lose money on it. Immediate is supposed to help because of the infrastructure that's left, unless you're in Brazil.
It says we had a $14 million shortfall.
Yeah, of course. Actually, that's not probably bad.
Yeah.
All right, been trying at this for 2 years with no deal. Any tip on how I'm not? Hold on how I'm not. Okay, they said that wrong. How not to lose motivation and or drive.
Come on the live and let me talk to you. Let's see what you got going on. I would suggest you do that. Text the word Gator to the number and let's talk. We help you. You can probably help others by, I'm sure, some of the struggles that you may have, maybe the struggles of others. But to answer the question, if you don't decide to come on, I'm trying to do my best, but I don't know your actual situation. So the first question I'm going to always ask someone is, what are you doing on a daily basis to generate daily leads? That's the first question I'm going to ask, right? Okay, so once you answer that, then we can go into what your issue is. It's really sort of hard for me to even go any further than that. So.
All right. This is on YouTube. We had a bunch of people on here. Jovi Jones said they were on here 20 minutes early. So, thank you for joining us.
Oh, that's what's up.
We weren't even setting up. Okay. This one, someone asked, how are you doing today?
I'm going fine. How are you?
All right. This one says, in the process of finding prospects, what are your thoughts on virtual wholesaling? Because my market feels like it's saturated.
Okay. What's your market? Let's. And if you want a virtual wholesaling, this is an option if you text MLS to the number. But I would still love to know, what city are you in?
All right. This is another question about virtual wholesaling. They said, should you have boots on the ground?
Yeah, it's almost impossible to do without it, even if it's on a day-by-day basis. Sometimes you won't need it, but in most cases, you just got to expect you will need someone to be representing you in your interest.
All right. This one says, how much to start?
How much to start? Well, you can literally start with zero. You can start with zero, build a cash buyers list, and wholesale other wholesalers' properties. You can start with zero, but you could throw some buy on it. This would be an option, $100. Most people come up with that. As Fred G would say, if I could get 100 people to give me $1, you can come up with it. Then you can do that. I seen the no, go ahead, that's irrelevant, but yeah.
Okay. This one came from Ron Luster. He said, Boss Flip Man, what's up? I really appreciate you for all your hard work and sharing your content. Very resourceful.
Appreciate you joining us. You said Ron? Okay, yeah. Appreciate you joining us, man.
This one came from Carl Curry. They say, if it's off the market properties, how can you get the aftermarket value, the numbers correct on the deal calculator?
You said if it's off, I think you're confusing those terms. Okay, what is off market, which means it's actively, my definition is not for sale anywhere on the internet, or if it's on the market, meaning it's blasted all over the internet for sale, right? That's irrelevant on the after repair value. Okay, that has nothing to do with it, on what the property will appraise for in excellent condition. That's irrelevant.
They need to watch the ARV video.
Yeah, that too. I had to say that. Go ahead, though.
All right. This one came from Carrie Harris. They said, where should you purchase bandit signs that are inexpensive?
Wow, that's a good question. And the price of bandit signs have went up, from the last time that we ordered, because everything has went up. So the price of fuel, gas, diesel, that's going to trickle down to us because people that are making those deliveries or whatever. Here's the ARV video. Text ARV to the number. ARV to the number. But so that they have to make up for those profit losses or those expenses that have been incurred because of the increase in fuel is going to be trickle down to us as consumers. So, but to answer your question, if you, I use this company called Dirt Cheap Signs. Not saying they're the cheapest by no means, just who I use. They give people that if you go there and you want to call, you don't want to order online. And just let them know I sent you. They'll give you, I think it's still a 5% discount or whatever. So, but just talk to anyone in sales and just mention old Taiwan's name or Flip Man, either one. I think it'll get you what you need. Ty Rob.
Right.
Old Ty Rob.
Ty Rob.
Yeah.
All right. This one says, do you have to have a website to wholesale?
Do you have to have a website to wholesale? Of course not. Wholesaling existed before the internet. But that's my but for the day. Like with anything, technology generally makes life easier. We used to ride horses. We do what now? We drive cars. Both are forms of transportation, but one of them can be a lot more effective than the other. Having a website and not having one, yeah, you can do. Plenty of people run their entire operation, do not have a website and make a ton of money. But you're always going to be leaving deals on the table because you don't have one. Some people just like the one. In most cases, when we start to research things, the first thing we're going to do is what? We're going to go to the internet. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Whereas the internet used to, when it first started, you could only do it from basically home. Mm-hmm. But now it's with you everywhere you go. The person that asked this question probably watching this on their phone or whatever. So yeah, so now you give people an opportunity to see what you're about. Now it could get more detailed with websites because they have to find you or whatever. So that's a whole nother conversation or whatever. So.
All right. This one came from Shonda. They said, what if the buyer wants to see the house?
Okay. All right. Shonda, we make purchases sight unseen in a sense. I guess you still have a visual of it. You buy clothing or items off the internet, mm-hmm. but normally you're going to have at least a visual of it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, and sometimes they can be some significant purchases. That's just where we are right now. I can't use the but again. But in real estate, normally people don't buy sight unseen. Well, I'll ask Shonda, would you buy a house sight unseen? Now, they may not never physically visit it themselves, but they will have someone to do it that they've either hired or partnered with to do it. Now, I'm not saying it never happens, but I'm just saying it normally doesn't happen. Yeah.
All right. She also asked, have you ever used escrow to do a double closing?
Yeah, I've done double closings. To answer your question, not my preference, but yeah.
Okay. I'm about to add Jovi to the stream. Hold on, let me take this stuff off the screen.
Jovi.
All right.
Jovi.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, you got it, man. What's happening?
Not much. Doing a couple of deals so far. I'm just had a question about the interest. How do interest work exactly? Like
and what is it being used for? Is it a part of a real estate deal, you mean?
Yeah, in general, like with loans or even with the owner financing, stuff
Well,
like that.
well, to just give you the basics of it is somebody comes to you, say, hey, okay, I borrow $100, $100. And you say, yeah, you can borrow, yeah, I'll let you have 100. You say, when you gonna pay me back? So I'll pay you back when I get paid next Friday. Okay, so I'll let you borrow, but I need 120 back. That's interest. The 20 is the interest. Get your 100.
Oh yeah. I get that. I mean, like when you structuring it,
Oh, you mean on the owner
let's say when I
financing?
go into a sell on a financing deal, they said they trying to sell the
What
house
terms do
for
they give you?
100,000. They'll take 10,000 down at 5% interest and stuff like that.
Okay, well,
So
depending
the
on the
down
deal.
payment.
So what the monthly payment will be on that? Did they tell you or?
No, I'm just throwing it out there as an example. Like,
Okay. Well, ideally you want to know what that, which we can figure it out, but we'll just assume the monthly payment. Well, number one, you have to determine the time frame you're gonna have to pay it off as far
right.
as the length. It could be done in a couple of ways, or done a number of ways, but normally you might say, hey, I'll pay it off in 5 years or 10 years, maybe even 3 or 1, it doesn't matter. But you may base that interest on a 30-year amortization, as they say. Basically, you're going to treat the interest not on a 5-year term, because that could be substantial, but over 30 years. And that's the way the interest will be paid out. It may be an interest only loan. There's just so many ways to do it. And then they may do it over 10 years, just 5% interest. I don't know what the payment will be on that, but
So what does I'm sorry. Basically when I ask what does the interest apply to? Like say if it's 100,000 and
it's going to be
5% interest,
well, you put
that
10,000 down, so it'll be based on that $90,000 principal balance.
right?
So that's what the 5% will be based on that
Okay.
amount. But again, we have to know the length of the loan that they're basically giving you, or the term.
And they'll
So
be and they'll be applied to the monthly payments, or is it
yes,
applied to the
it'll be
okay,
applied to the monthly payments normally.
okay. So basically what you'll do is like the 90,000, you'll divide that by the term length, let's say 180 months, and that'll give you the monthly payments for the 90,000. And so
Mm-hmm.
you just add 5% onto the
Well, it's not that simple. It's calculators. All you have to do is just go, just Google simple mortgage calculator, right?
okay.
And you just plug in the numbers. It'll tell you what the monthly payment will be.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, let
It'll
me
tell
write
you.
that
Like I said,
down.
yeah. So yeah, just Google that, and it's going to give you options. But you want something simple, because now you can put PMI in there and all that stuff. You ain't trying to do all that. You
Yeah.
just keep it simple or whatever.
Simple.
Um,
You said simple mortgage calculator?
yeah, simple mortgage calculator. And
Okay.
what I mean by that, you'll plug in. It'll probably have in there the initial amount, which was 100,000. It'll probably ask for the down payment, and then it'll say what interest rate you all agreed upon, and then the length of the loan.
Okay.
Like you said, 180 months, which is basically 15 years, I think.
And then calculate all that up. Yeah, cause
Yeah.
I'm confused. Cause I was thinking let's say 5% interest. What that'll be?
Well, just to try to do it, and hope I can.
5% interest of 90,000.
Yeah, we got a math whiz in here, so but I'm gonna use Google.
Yeah, that cause 5% of 100,000 would be only $5,000. And I'm thinking
Well, you said 10,000 down though, so
yeah,
that's
okay, yeah, so it'd be 90.
yeah. So you said 10,000 down, and then you said 15 years. So on 9 after you, it was $100,000 sales price with 10,000 down, so that leaves 90,000. So the 5% will be on the 90,000 over 15 years. The payment before taxes or insurance is $711.71 a month.
Right. I got it.
So ideally, if that was going to be something you're going to live in, then whatever, you know, that obviously fit in your budget. But if it was something you was going to rent out, then obviously you want the cash flow. You want the rents probably to be $1,100, $1,200, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, because well, I'm like, ain't no way they just gonna want $5,000, $4,500 more. Like, is that how it really works? Like, wow.
Oh, people.
And then I did some. I applied for some loans, you know, just to see, you know, get some feedback or whatever. And I had did one for like 30,000 for like what was it, for 10 years? And they were talking about at the end of the 10 years, I was gonna end up paying like 70, 75,000.
Well, that's how interest works.
How that work?
That's how interest works. See, like in this situation here, you borrowed $90,000 at 5% over 15 years. So all you have to do to see how much you're going to pay totally, you just do $711.71 times 180, and you pay back $128,000 total, assuming you kept that schedule. Now you can always pretty much diminish the interest greatly by paying more towards the principal. So now the amount that the interest is being applied on is less than what you borrowed. And so
go ahead.
Which there are calculators out there that do, you can pay like an additional $50 a month. And if you do that over a course of time, then they'll be incentive, oh, you don't owe anything this month. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but now because you're getting into their money now or whatever, it costs the interest. So they scaled it out that they were gonna, you borrowed 90, but over time you paid them out 128,000. So that's like $38,000 profit, basically, you know, gross profit or whatever. So imagine having that many loans. You had 1,000 loans out there like that. That's why banks exist. One of the reasons why they exist is that that's why they're alone on a house. And just let's just use a better example. Say that was a $300,000 house, right? At 5% interest, and the note now is $23.72 before taxes and insurance and what else go in there, other fees. But so now $23.72 times 180 payments, you pay back $426,000. So that's like $126,000 more than what you borrowed. That's why banks exist.
Yeah, I sound like that's how they get. No, well, shoot, I'm finna be a private lender, dude.
That's
getting down like that. Like,
now you have to have the money to do it, and you got a lot of money on the street, and you got to have that thick skin now. Like that bank let you have that $300,000. Some of them come back, you know. But ideally, you made a good financial decision when you did the loan on that particular property, that if you don't get all of it back, you can get at least some of it back or whatever. So it's not as devastating to your bottom line or whatever. You know, that's why foreclosures exist, because, hey, you didn't pay me. We got to get out. Hey, man, you ain't got it, so we got to get it. You know what I'm saying? We got to take this back so we can liquidate it or whatever. But that's why they exist or whatever. So
So that's why they be advertising no prepayment
penalty.
Because I'm thinking like, well, shoot, instead if I get it on a 30-year loan and on a 30-year term,
well,
I'm trying to pay it off in about 15, 20.
Yes, yeah. The reason people do the 30 years because that makes the payment less. Like in this example here on the 300,000. If we did it at, instead of 30,000, 15 years, we did it at 30 years. Now the payment is $1,610. That's $700. That's $700. That makes a huge difference in a lot of people's, you know, bottom line on their month-to-month budget or whatever. $700. That'll pay some, you know, if nothing but in a lot of cases your utilities and a couple self, you know, yeah. So that's why people do the 30. Again, you can still reduce a lot of that interest being paid by making small principal payments towards You know, and a lot of times they make it easy for you versus before, but it's not that difficult to do. And there are calculators out there that'll tell you, hey, this is how much you'll reduce the interest payments if you make this amount, and how fast you'll pay it off early. Also, you know, so
yeah, cause that's what I feel like. Well, shoot, I just before I apply, I just see if I can have it paid off earlier.
I can give you a better example that most people, because a lot of people probably watching this may have still never bought a house, but a lot of people watching this have bought a car before. So you'll go in, and most people just worry about the payment or whatever, and you know, just making just good financial decisions. I had a let me see, I don't know how I want to term this. Somebody I know, let me put it like this, that actually values what I think. Even though they did opposite of what I told them, they value what I think. They went out and bought a vehicle. We'll just say it cost $35,000, but after I heard the payment and the length of time that they were going to have to pay it off, I could do quick math. Even if I don't know the exact number, I know, oh, you just paid $35,000 for a car, but you're going to end up paying them $60,000. They were like he didn't know that or whatever. And they said, but I really want this car. I said, all right, that's cool. Or whatever, but don't call me about, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm telling you, we was within a few days of the purchase, you know, you take it back. You know what I'm saying? I know you'd be a little ashamed, whatever, but hey, that's fine. It's a good life lesson or whatever. So hey, don't call me. I'm telling you. I ain't have nobody tell me that. You got somebody to tell you that or whatever. Don't call me.
And so you let them know.
Negotiating that deal on a car, all you have to do is say, okay, the sticker said 30, and when they pass you that, what's the name? The final document show you what your payments are, blood, and then all you got to do is say, well, how many months I got to pay for it? And I add that total up to it. I'll say, well, dog, I paid 30, but I'm end up paying 48 for it. If you cool with that, hey, hit the street.
Yeah, because that's how, when that loan company sent me the payment terms, I did exactly that. I'm like, hold up. Okay, I'll give them like 35, maybe 40. Like, but these motherfuckers, they doubling. Like, they finna loan me 30, and it was more than double, because it was like 70, close to 75,000 about time at the end of the term. Yeah. I'm like, what the? Like, I ain't mind giving them, you know, they give me 30, I ain't mind giving them back 40, maybe 45. But that damn 70? I was like, oh yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
But then, you know, after asking around and doing a couple of applications, I was like, oh, so this is basically how to lend the business is then.
Oh, that's the game.
Hey, dang. Even though the interest on it, they were doing like 5%, 7%, stuff like that. Like, it seemed like low numbers, but that thing add up. I see why people be so eager to lend out money these days.
Yeah. I just look. I'm just looking it up, and I don't even know how to say this. And I seen something different, but I just Googled it. I'm not saying that this is accurate, but I'm just Googling it. So I'm saying, say the rise of interest as a concept is unknown, though it's used in Sumeria, Sumeria, argued that it was established as a concept by 3000 BC. So that means before Christ. 3000 BC. If not earlier, with historians believing that the concept in its modern sense may have arisen from the lease of animal or seeds for productive purposes. So it's been around a long time. That hustle been around.
Oh yeah. So, it sounds like since before the founding days.
Hey, been around since pimping, man. But anyway, so that's what that's why you'll see your payday loans, your what you call it with the car thing, title
Title
loan.
loan.
Yeah. Man, that's it. But them gonna be like 20-some%, 35. I'm talking. That's just the base. That when it's over, the annual percent maybe 300 or whatever.
Yeah, I think the car loans, the car title loans, was overdoing it here in North Carolina because they didn't shut that down altogether.
Oh, really?
Like if you want to get if you live in North Carolina and want to get a car title loan, you got to go to Virginia to do all that, and that's a whole nother something else. But yeah, I had got one when I was like 21, and I was making my payments on it and stuff. Like I made about 6-7 months worth of payments, and they told me each payment I was making was not going towards my principal at all. And I'm like, what? And I said like 2-3 months after that, whole company was shut down.
If you got the skin to just deal with that industry, that is a highly profitable business. But you got to deal with the non-payments, the collections part of it. That's where it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get the cars because people are not going to pay you. But just reading here, and I want to say the average interest rate on car title loans is 25% per month, basically an APR of 300% per year. It don't get no better than that.
Man,
if you can deal in the collection side of it, that's a serious hustle right there, man. Anyway,
I think they just overdid in the North Carolina. I think they ran that thing up. Right. That was like, nah, no more title loans in North Carolina. You gotta take that up north.
Yeah. Hey, but Jovi, man, they moaning and groaning, so man, we got. Hey, did I answer?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I appreciate the answer. That did clear everything up for me. I just need to know how that worked before I go out here talking to these sellers about seller financing and all that.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Please join us again. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Every week.
Right. Yes, sir. But that's some good info.
All right, I'm about to add La Buena. I think I'm saying that right. Hello.
Yo.
Let me see. I can't hear you. Unmute your mic. There we go.
Yo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Unmute your mic. There we go. Yo.
Good.
Hello, can you hear me? Unmute your mic. Yo.
Are you trying to watch it on 2 different devices?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, my internet. I guess my internet messing up.
No, you good. Where you live streaming from?
Cleveland. Well, I'm in Fairview, Ohio. Fairview Park, Ohio. Okay. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I've been to Cleveland a couple of times before. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can't wholesale here.
Where, in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
When I be researching a lot of stuff, and I'm just trying to do it the right way so it won't come back and bite me.
Unless something has happened in the last week or two, that is not true. One of my best students, from way back before, either before Kelly or right around that time, but it was after her. Is there in Cleveland. He's become a millionaire from this, and he still wholesales, but he's built a pretty good rental portfolio. Also, you can wholesale in Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, in Cleveland, Ohio, and the state of Ohio. Yes.
Wow, because I just seen something on YouTube. I can't remember his name right now. I don't even want to go to try to look it up, but I know you're familiar with him. But he said you can't wholesale in Cleveland; it's against the law. I guess because people was putting
again. I'll double check that with my folks in Cleveland or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that's not accurate.
So
normally I get that type of feedback or whatever. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So I was trying to go through a wholesaler, not a wholesaler, an agent, a real estate agent, right? And
Mhm.
I got two. I got one in Atlanta and I have one here in Cleveland, but they're waiting on me now. I just don't know what to say. I just don't know
They're,
what to
they're,
say to
they're,
them.
they're waiting on you to do what? To tell them what you want?
Like give them an offer, tell them what I want on the
Oh,
contract.
on a property. Okay. Well,
Like what's the offer?
well, I have a video that shows you how to run your numbers to determine if you have a deal or not.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name again?
LaBuena.
Laguana. Um, One of the main reasons people fail in this business is because they never figure out what a great deal is or not. So
Mm-hmm.
I have this one video that will definitely show you how to determine that. What did I do with that?
Okay.
How
GD.
do you? Yeah, just text the letters GD to the number, and that video will help you with that process in making your offers. Now, it doesn't sound like well, now you do know when you're dealing with a real estate agent, you know they're going to make you jump through some hoops that dealing directly with the seller won't make you jump through. The agent is going to probably want at least $1,000 in earnest money, right? That's negotiable, but that's what they're going to be expecting. And
$1,000.
they're going to want proof of funds, meaning proof that you can pay for it, whether it's through an approved loan from a lender or your
Mm-hmm.
actual or the cash in your bank account.
Okay.
From some form of financial institution. So
Yeah, he did ask for proof of funds and I did send it over.
okay, well, hey,
But
the world is yours. Now to
but
make
it's
the offer, go ahead.
no, I'm listening.
No, I'm saying if you have I was just saying it was hot in here, but that's about it. And so yeah, so you just need to figure out what your offer should be, and that video is going to help you determine what you should be offering.
But I mean, when I go for the offer, I'm looking for the ARV, but I'm also looking for just a price to actually quote them, right? Like I'm not like, okay, say
Yeah. Well, see, in the video that you're going to watch, my video has it directs you to my deal calculator, right? Which
okay.
you'll need to know the ARV, but that's part of the video also. But text ARV after you watch the first video. But it's going to send you over to my deal calculator. It's going to show you what you need to offer. You know, it's just going to be that simple.
Okay.
The way it's explained in the video, I'm pretty sure I did. I know I did.
What was the other one? You said the ARV, and what was the other card?
The first one was GD.
GD. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make sure.
GD. GD is short for great deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where are you guys located?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay. So, do you do any wholesales like around?
We'll
the United States.
any of the larger cities, any of the larger metro areas of any decent size. You know, yeah. To answer your question, this is your first time on here?
Yeah, but I've been watching you for a while. I've been watching you for a while on like YouTube, like when I'm driving or something. But yeah, I didn't know I was about to be live. Huh?
You didn't know we were going to put you on?
No.
Oh.
No.
Hey, when you text Gator, that's what's going to happen. We're going to assume you want to come on live.
I didn't even pay attention to that, but it's cool. I appreciate you answering my question.
Yes, ma'am. Let us know how that turns out.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. And not everybody texting Gator. Okay. Anyway.
Who is that?
Somebody on Instagram text Gator.
Oh, on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. This is on TikTok. How much did you make on your first contract?
Oh. I ain't gonna go through the story. I'm just gonna answer the question. I made $2,500 and was glad to get it. It was just like it was. it was just like it was $250,000 because I had failed at so many things before. So, but to answer the question, 2,500. I wonder what I spent that on.
You don't remember what you spent?
Hell no. Trust me,
Probably
it was probably spent on someone else besides myself.
And that's why I did that face.
I probably know who it was spent on. I just don't know what it was spent on.
Lord have mercy.
I can assure you that.
On some mess.
But we live and learn. That's amazing. You know that?
Growth.
That's why when it's time to go off, that's why.
Somebody said, tell your story.
What?
Jovi Jones, who was just on. She
Oh,
said,
no,
tell
it's
the
too
story.
long, man. It's too long, drawn out. It's on other video, but that's amazing. That's why when you're older and you're watching younger people in relationships and stuff, it's just amazing. Like it's like you can tell the future. It's amazing. Either you experienced it or you know someone that has. You ain't trying to be negative, but it just be like
Yeah.
You just be like, okay.
I already know how that's gonna go.
Anyway, I digress. We can start back talking about real estate. That's
Know
all I
how
gotta
that
say about
go.
that. Yeah.
That's your calling in life to talk about relationships.
Hey.
Don't tell me that. You're like, don't do.
Caveman, man.
I told you so.
Anyway.
All right, this is back on Instagram. Does a non-vacant property make a difference with how things are done?
A non-vacant property?
Yes.
Okay, so they're asking, does the property have to be vacant? No. Some of your best deals, it doesn't matter. Now, it can possibly make it easier to move the deal because the property is vacant, but that's not a deal breaker whether it's vacant or not.
All right. Another question on Instagram. She said she can't find a motivated seller. She said, thank you for all that you're doing. She's been cold calling using PropStream, but she can't seem to find a deal yet.
Okay. I'm not, you said she, so I'm assuming it's, yeah.
It's a lady.
Okay.
Janelle 101.
What's her name?
Janelle 101.
Okay, that's what's up.
One
What's up?
of one.
What's up? 101. There you go. What's up, Janelle 101? That's what I'm tired 101.
I'm one of one.
Glad to
I'm
meet you.
the only one.
Yeah. So number one, how long have you been doing? How many calls have you been making, Janelle 101?
All right.
But keep doing what you're doing, baby girl. You're here to try to learn. That's you're doing what you need to do. It's just a matter of time. You just probably got to do more of it.
All right. This one came from.
Oh, real quick. This ain't for everybody because it wouldn't fit me or whatever. But if you've had a gig, it may be on for your own personal thing that you've had to door knock, text me. And you were good at it. You didn't just do it, but you were good at it. You might be doing it now, but you're good at it. Text me. And there's some people haven't done it before that would be good at it. It ain't a big deal to them. Just hit me up.
All right. This one came from YouTube from Mr. Tinker Train. They said, I heard from my father that to get a seller's property under contract, it costs money to do so, and maybe a real estate license. Is that true?
Who is your father?
Who is he?
Could I have more?
Do we know him?
Could I have more, sir?
Please, sir. I want more.
So your dad is operating from what he knows. I would have said the same thing if I wasn't involved in this. I would have said the same thing. That's what most people think. Mm-hmm. What was the first part of that?
To get it under contract, it costs money to do so, and maybe a real estate license.
Okay, the cost of the money could be a penny, like really. Mm-hmm. Okay, boom. Do they have a real estate license? No, you don't.
I guess Does it depend on where y'all?
Well, to get one under contract, technically you don't have to have a license, just depending on
That's
what your
true.
intent is.
That's true.
Right. But we're sorry for is talking about wholesaling. There's a couple of states that require a license if you're going to try to wholesale it. But there's ways around that also.
Mhm.
So,
All
I hate
right.
to say it.
Father doesn't always know best.
No, you only know what you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah.
All right, this one came from Facebook. They said, "How can I get rid of my 9 to 5 using your method?"
Ask me for right now for $1 million.
Mhm.
Name one song off of Beyonce's new album, and I'm not going to know. You only know what you know. But I can ask my girl. She'll tell me. She'll tell me. She can tell me one, I'm sure.
Yeah, alien superstar.
Okay. How am I
This
going to
one,
guess that?
this one says, "How can I get rid of my 9 to 5 using your method?"
Oh, you've started. You got to educate yourself. You've started. Start with this. I hadn't shown this yet. So the paperwork, that's the superpower of all of this and how it all is put together for the most part. Text to word contract, you want a copy of that, I give it away for free, along with detailed instructions on how to fill it out for sellers and buyers. Also how to get it signed electronically. But the person that wants to quit their gig, now you have a part-time job. And guess what that part-time job is? Educating yourself on this. Dedicate yourself 2 hours to this every day, if not more, right? To educate yourself. You can start with this VIP list. Text the letters VIP, no spaces, to the number. And that set of videos is going to give you a foundation. You may have already done that. And that may be the reason why you're here. But everything you need to know is free through my YouTube channel. You never have to spend a dime with me. I would love if you did. Hey, cool, but I give it all away or whatever. So now you have the tool and the resource to learn everything. Everything is on you now. How bad do you want to quit that job? It's really that simple. Right? Now, obviously, you need to replace your income. So that's what this can do in a lot more. I don't know how much money you make. It may not. It may be a little more difficult to replace yours than others, but you're gonna have to be doing something major.
All right. Let me know when you want to do the topic.
How many we in? 40 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can roll with it.
Okay, let me take this.
Oh, that's my boy Neil. They're Neil. Okay, so we're gonna do the topic.
Oh, you tall on this one.
Yeah, that
That's
don't.
what I said.
Yeah,
His legs are just long.
yeah. I don't know if
Ken said you had a knee implant.
normally I'd be looking like, what I'm saying?
Short next to the women.
Yeah, with a big fat butt. Like I need to be in that chair over there.
On the floor.
That chair on the floor. So did I even say the topic in the beginning?
No, you didn't.
I don't think I did. All right. So the topic today is what if a cash buyer wants to see the contract that you have with the motivated seller? What if a frog had a glass, it would break every time they hop?
Had a glass what?
But every time they hop, it will break.
Sometimes you be going there, but we don't be going with you.
You get it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if a buyer asks you for the contract, now sometimes that may happen because they've gotten burned by other wholesalers, and I can get that. And you can send it over, but I would send it over with all of the amounts, like what you have it in the contract for, and that information blacked out. So now it's going to have to be sent over to the title company and the closing attorney at some point, but that's not the buyer. Now they may have a relationship with them and they just tell them that's fine too, whatever. But it's not like it's not going to come out at some point if they just really want to know. Even if they double closed it, they know it. The double closing still has to be of record. The seller is going to show both of those transactions. They're just not going to know it immediately or whatever. So if a buyer asks you for a contract, again, number one, I'm gonna ask them why. All right, and so depending on their answer will determine whether it's being sent over or not. If they say, hey, I just want to see if you actually are dealing with the owner or what, okay, that's cool. We can do that to prove that. So you would then just white out or black out, what you have it under contract for or whatever, especially for someone you've never dealt with. But if they just want to see it because they want to determine how much money, if you feel like they're trying to do it to determine how much money you're going to make on the deal, then that's probably someone you don't want to deal with, right? It's about relationships. You want buyers that see you as an asset to help them make money. Anyone else is an idiot, in my opinion. Whenever you bring them a deal, guess what has just happened? Money just fell out of the sky, like literally. Mm-hmm. When you bring them a deal, if they don't feel like money has just fell out of the sky, you're dealing with an idiot. If they're worried about how much you make, if you all sell on a price and that price works for them, I don't care if, we'll say the house is, they're paying $250 for it, and you have it under contract for $1 with the seller. If that $250 works for them, that's the only thing that should matter. Period. If they don't see that, that's someone you do not want to deal with, in my opinion. You want people that want to buy from you over and over again. You want buyers to be bugging you. What you got, Ty? What you got? You got anything this week? That's what you want. Money has just fell out of the sky when you bring them a deal. Volume. Walmart is a $1 trillion company because of volume. Anyway, so that's the answer. Now it's lunchtime. Almost. We're going to do some more, though. We'll do a couple more.
Go ahead.
All right. This is on TikTok. Should I start with cash buyers or sellers first?
That's a good question. If you just had to choose one over the other, boy, that's tough. And what you got to work with? You work with zero money? Choose the buyers. If you got a little bread, choose the sellers. But not to prevent you from doing both at the same time, in reality.
All right. Isaiah on YouTube said, yo, Footman, I have a deal in Birmingham. Estimated assignment fee $9K. I need a buyer.
Okay. Simon, that's not enough information. Mm-hmm. Isaiah.
Where can he send it over to?
Just text me. The number. You don't have to text the word contract. Just text the number. Just text me and with the details. Or with it.
All right, this one says, for someone ready to pull the trigger and purchase a mentorship program, what would you of a mentor?
I guess they asked what would they be paying?
Yeah,
for?
like what I guess what would you consider?
Well, the courses the information you can get free. I like to always establish that. And they probably already know that because they're here or whatever. The information you get free. Now, the courses you can purchase, that speeds up the process, more of a step-by-step process or whatever. But, I said I'm going to do that more. What you're really paying for is tap in. Mm-hmm. You're accessing 19 years of experience. You're accessing reducing your mistakes to very minimal. I've done all that for you. You're tapping into me, and whatever that means.
All right. Divine One since day one. I like that.
She's been on before.
Mm-hmm. She said, "Can you wholesale a lot the same way as a house?"
Yeah. And once you have a seller and buyer in place, but getting to that point is what's different. Evaluating it can be a lot different than houses. So, because you always have to know the end game. What will the buyer? What it would be worth to a buyer once they buy it? So you're obviously going to have to get it at a discount. So determine that end game value may be an issue sometimes because you may not have the data to go by. But if you have the data to go by, then yeah.
All right. Kevin Fair from YouTube said, what if I can't find a buyer for a house I have under contract?
All right, Kevin says, what happens if you can't find a buyer for a property that you have under contract? That is going to happen if you do this long enough. So a couple of things. You go back to the seller and ask them for more time, hopefully for a price reduction, and they give it to you, or you go back to the seller and ask them for more time and they don't. If they don't, and you're outside of your due diligence period, they keep your earnest money deposit, and you all go your separate ways.
I'm gonna do about 3 more. This one says, how can I get the ARV in a non-disclosure state without an agent?
Text the word tool to this number.
Okay. This one came from Pedro. They said, in probate, who pays for the fees, lawyer title, and all that?
Well, if it's going through a probate process, that's handled by the seller in most cases. Now, if they've you have it under contract and they don't have the money, then you're gonna have to make a judgment call. Is it gonna be worth it for me to do that? For you to take on that expense?
And this one came from Facebook from Abdul Hakim. He said, can you always leverage agents for on-market deals, even if they are not investor-focused agents?
Well, yeah, you can have that conversation, but you don't have to really get into your wholesaling and all that, because a lot of them are not going to either want to do it, know what you're talking about, or whatever. So this is what this video here will help you with, dealing with agents as far as targeting properties that are listed. So they don't have to be investor focused to answer Abdul's question, though. They don't have to be investor focused. Let me ask y'all a question before we end this. You're dating a dude, probably newly dating, and he goes to one of his close relatives has a wedding out of town and doesn't invite you. How do you feel about that? Now I know every situation ain't gonna be the same, but just on the basics of that, do you feel some type of way?
You just started dating?
Yeah, within the last couple of months.
Keyword is just started.
You crossed a few lines though, so you know what I mean. Well, I'm telling you, some lines been crossed, so you know what that means. And he doesn't invite you.
If we're in the bed, we touching.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Still don't mean nothing. Just because you're sleeping.
Okay, all right, son, that's what's up. All right, so do you feel some type of way that you're not invited to the wedding?
I would feel a way if he just didn't tell me that he was
5
going.
3.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel no kind of way.
Okay, well,
How long?
Why?
3.
3 months.
Her parents. So her parents.
Okay.
It could have been both, you know.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Because that's kind of a lot to.
Open to seeing,
Yeah.
like you come over, and then some people it's a long time to meet people's family.
Okay, well, y'all say y'all don't feel no type of way. I probably wouldn't either, you know, because I didn't want to go anyway. But I'm not a woman either, though. So, but you know, I'm just saying. So y'all say no, y'all wouldn't feel no type of way. Okay.
3 months is early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go then.
Why would you ask that?
One of my friends was feeling some type of way because this dude didn't invite her to go to a wedding with her that she's been.
Let's talk about this off camera.
She must know the family.
No, this somebody she don't know none of these folks or whatever. So.
Yeah, but that's a lot to go from you haven't met no family to you finna meet everybody.
Yeah, that is the.
Has she met any of the family at all?
I don't think none of them.
Ooh, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
3 months and she hasn't met any of the family.
I know dudes take a chick they met at the club 2 nights ago to their mama. So you got all types of strings.
But I was about to say it's a different feeling. Like somebody else you might feel that way with.
Yeah.
You might not feel that way with her. Maybe they just taking it slow.
All right, well.
Yeah, somebody said you talking about yourself.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Not in this situation. No, I'm not. If you know me, I'm gonna go to a wedding. I'm gonna be fighting and crawling. The last 2 weddings I went to, let me see. The last 2 weddings I was in them, and only because these are 2 of my cousins, and I'm like, you know, hey, one of them die right now, I'd be devastated. There won't be no flip man show for a while.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason. Other than that, you can go. I'm good. You can go by yourself. I'm good. I hate weddings. Oh my God.
Why?
It's terrible. Fun. I just do it. Just, oh my God. I was in a wedding one time years ago. I left before the pictures. The photo started at 3 o'clock. We started at 5 o'clock.
You do know you black, right?
I was 38 hot, hadn't ate nothing all day. And then they said we got to take pictures before we eat. He's still mad with me. That was probably in the late 90s. I didn't get to that point. My sister-in-law at the time had cooked me some shrimp pasta, Cajun shrimp pasta, and that's all I was sitting there thinking about the whole time that wedding was going on, and they still together after, but he want to be divorced, but they still together.
Let's go and end it.
But anyway,
Bye.
so if you didn't get your question, he wanted to be. Hey, if you didn't get your question answered, make sure you post them in the comment section of any video. I answer those on a daily basis. We'll see you on the FLIP.
I hope your family don't watch this.
No, that's why I did it at the end, because they didn't check it out. My mama probably watched it to the end, but she don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh God, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
215-964-5243.